Hello students, welcome to the biology online class. Students, all of you know that we are continuing with chapter number 2, that is nutrition in animals. In my previous class we have learned about teeth. Today we will learn about tongue and about a disease known as diarrhea. So first we will discuss about tongue. The tongue is a fleshy muscular organ in the mouth which is attached at the back to the floor of the buccal cavity. It is free at the front and can be moved in all directions. This tongue is also known as organ of taste. The functions of the tongue are: the tongue helps in mixing saliva with food during chewing, that is very much essential for the digestion of food. Next is the tongue helps in swallowing the food into the food pipe. The tongue helps in getting the taste of the food. And the tongue is essential for talking. Okay, so that means it also helps to speak. The tongue is the most important articulator for speech productions. During speech, the tongue can make amazing range of movements by which we are able to produce different kinds of sound. The primary function of the tongue is to provide a mechanism for taste. There are 4 types of taste mainly, that is sweet, salty, sour and bitter. For example, sugar solution has a sweet taste. Common salt solution has a salty taste. Lemon juice has a sour taste, whereas an extract of neem leaves has a bitter taste. The tongue has taste buds which can detect the different tastes of food. In fact, our tongue has 4 kinds of taste buds which detect sweet, salty, sour and bitter taste. These taste buds for each of these tastes are located in different parts of the tongue. Thus, all the parts of the tongue do not sense all the 4 tastes. Now, we will see that in which part of the tongue helps in to detect which kind of taste. Okay, so for that, please look at this picture. Most taste buds at the front of the tongue detect sweet and just after that salty taste. Okay, so that is most taste buds at the front of the tongue detect sweet and salty taste. The maximum effect of sweet taste is felt at the tip of the tongue, whereas the maximum effect of salty taste is felt just behind the tip of the tongue. Please look at this picture again. Next, most of the taste buds on the sides of the tongue detect sour taste, and most of the taste bud at the back of the tongue detect the bitter taste. We can distinguish between ice and ice cream even when our eyes are closed from their taste. A piece of ice kept on the tongue will appear to be tasteless, whereas a piece of ice cream will give a sweet taste. Isn't it, children? So I think now you can understand the positions of the different taste bud in our tongue. Children, you have to draw this diagram in your science copy. Okay. Now we will learn about another topic, that is diarrhea. Diarrhea is a disease. It refers to the condition in which there is frequent passing of watery stools. It is very common in children, mainly in India. In fact, diarrhea is one of the major causes of death of small children in our country. Diarrhea leads to the loss of water and salts from the body of a person. The loss of water and salt from the body of a person through watery stool is called as dehydration. The sudden loss of too much water or dehydration makes a person dangerously ill in a very short time. Excessive dehydration of body caused by diarrhea can even lead to death. So, diarrhea should never be neglected. Now, we will learn about the causes of diarrhea. Just before, I have told you that diarrhea is a kind of disease and it may be caused by an infection due to disease causing microorganisms or due to food poisoning or indigestion. Now we also have to know about the treatment. Okay, so in order to prevent dehydration due to the diarrhea, the person suffering from diarrhea should be given a solution of sugar and salt in a clean water many times a day. The solution of sugar and salt in water is called oral rehydration solution. In short, it is known as ORS. O for oral, R for rehydration, and S for solution. As it is given to the person orally through mouth, so that is why it is known as oral rehydration solution. We can make an oral rehydration solution ourselves by dissolving a teaspoonful of sugar and a pinch of salt in a glass of clean water. The water used for this purpose should be first boiled and then cooled so as to make it germ free. Oral rehydration solution makes up the loss of water and salt in the body. The sugar gives energy which helps in speedy recovery. Thus, the dehydration of body can be prevented during diarrhea by giving oral rehydration solution regularly to the patient. Meanwhile, a doctor should be called for giving medicines to cure the cause of diarrhea. So children, today this much. In the next class, we will discuss about the digestion of grass-eating animals and amoeba. All of you, please read the topic which is taught today. Thank you students. Stay safe.